Morning. We are going to get set up for roasting before we do chores, and either myself, Wes, or Owen will watch the roaster while the other two of us finish chores up. There we go. That won't go off. Okay, so we gotta go grab a 13-inch auger. We're gonna need a wagon in place to transfer the beans to the roaster. And yeah, let's get set up. It's pretty much gonna be like setting up for moving corn around, basically. Warming up before we start putting stuff through it. Pretty dewy this morning. Want those belts to be dried off. I really don't want to plug this morning. Okay, we're gonna start getting some beans into the wagon. So I need the 6410 over here for the hydraulics. I got the hydraulic levers off this tractor. We were just doing some maintenance to them and I forgot about it, so let's get that fixed before harvest. So as you can see, I keep this floor clean as we're going, and it's been a conversation between some of my friends and I. You know, it's dangerous being in the bin when the auger is running, and you can slip and fall, get caught, and die. And I don't disagree with that, but I feel the only way to get in the auger is if you're playing on the other side of it. So this bin here, this is a safety. So when you come to the end, the auger hits this, and you gotta go to the outside of the bin and pull it up to release it. So even when you come to the end of the bin, it's not gonna race around and come and catch you in the ankles. So as long as you're behind this thing, it's completely safe. The other particular piece of equipment I use, and if you're in the south and you don't know what that is a snow shovel. Also works great for beans. So if you keep the floor clean, beans, corn, it's not slippery. Snow shovel. Pretty far away from the auger as it's running. When it's off because I want to feel the top. But when it's running, there you go. That's how simple it is, and I feel extremely safe on the side of the sweep auger. So anyways, if you don't feel safe when it's running, you shouldn't be in the bin, and that's fine and dandy, but I like doing it this way. I think it's a lot less work. I don't have to sweat. I've done it where you don't do anything. The pile's gone. You got about this much product on the ground. You let the sweep go around and you're shoveling, you're sweeping, sweating. Honestly, when this is running, it's very simple, less work, less stress. That's how I like to do it. Anyways, let's keep roasting. It's all working good. They're hot. Once it gets so full, we'll start turning the fan on and get it cooling. Yeah, delightful. We're a bit hot, so we're gonna speed the flow up. So we got new flighting in there, so it's all a guessing game until we get the proper temps. There we go. We just sped it up, 257. Quite happy with that. Now it's just a game of waiting and watching. Once we got it from that bin into the wagon, comes out of the wagon, raw beans, then go up the leg, down to that hopper bin, and yeah, and it goes to the roaster, into the new bin. So if you're watching other videos, it used to go into that bin. What would go on in harvest, I couldn't have as much on hand as I'd like. So now we're just gonna have a lot of supply. You push the button, it'll come out here, go right into the leg, into the barn. So with the new chimney, we need to put an angle here, but not today. So we're just stopping it with this. Try to save some of that.
relax doing that particular job. I think it's way more work and I have more risk of a heart attack. Like you let it go around and around, you stand there, you gotta sweep this whole area. Like that's pretty simple. But for everybody who thinks it's dangerous, don't say I told you to go do it. I'm just showing you this is what I do. If you have your own method and you feel safe on the outside of the bin, you should do so. Other than that, like I said, I have a guy out there standing, watching what I'm doing also. Okay, so I'm not just in here alone willy-nilly. There's another guy watching the wagon. So we're taking as much precaution as we can. The only time I know that people got caught in those augers are when like, oh, hey, you know, that pile will be bridged. So they think it's a good idea, while this is running, to hop on the other side and pull it down. And then guess what? You go down with it, get caught, and you go in. You're on this side of this auger, all the way around. And look at how nice and clean that floor is, just because I get half the time. Or if you're playing around that particular hole, don't do that. There is safe ways to do this and smart ways to do this, and I feel this is a pretty simple way. Anyways, let's get back to roasting. So once bees have covered the floor, which they have, we'll turn this on. It's blowing air. The floor obviously is all perforated like in the bean bin. You can blow air through it, so we're using that to cool. We've got doors open, that lets it vent. There we go. And this is pretty much what roasting soils is like. Calloused armpits. So all we're doing is we're filling this. There's no buzz or anything to tell you. We're just doing it by ear. You can hear the drain slowly quiet down. That means it's getting pretty full, so we'll just go and shut the door, shut the wagon off, good to go. So the bin is empty. This is now Monday. We are going to finish roasting and we're going to start elevating to the feed barn, and that's how we'll end the video. So I know I called this a new bin, it's an old bin, it's a new bin for the roaster. So we roasted into it. Now all we gotta do is push the button and it'll go up and into the feed barn, where before we had to, in that bin, we had to set up that auger to go in here. This is gonna be a little bit nicer in the winter time. So, anyways, get the barn full. This will last us 2 harvests, but it won't last us through harvest. So once we get some beans off, we'll probably do a little bit more roasting and we'll get this bin full. And then that'll last for 3-4 months, depending on how hungry the birds are. Anyways, that's all I got. We're done roasting. It's not a nice day now, but we'll get some more stuff done. Like and subscribe.